Did you? I just said, well, some people go to jail for that shit.
Yeah, we did it for about an hour, and then I was at work, but the kid was there.
Oh.
And my wife and the guy there I was working with was from up by it, but they says, yeah, we can jump, and showing pictures, I called it out.
Take no
Our
baby.
ranger said, hey, get the kids out.
Yeah.
We just went Stony Brook today.
Yeah, Stony Brook, that other one, I said, oh, the things are bringing salt.
All the one Stony Brook, not Stony Brook, Park, down by Glass, out towards, Buttonwood, called Big Falls.
Big Falls?
Big Falls, yeah. That's freezing bad. It's further in Stony Brook, and I tell you, it's
Way out, it's way out, and the road is tiny.
The old dirt road, the old lane dirt road.
Just walking back to the house.
Yeah, that's what I told them, I said, you guys better run this. Good news, they didn't last that long, they froze. About a half hour and then it
Everybody all over the room.
Call the meeting to order. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, roll call. Mansell.
Present.
Eddie. Anthony. Bob. Yes. Cindy. Terry. And I'm here as well, so all present. Okay, we've got two sets of meeting minutes we need to approve. The July 1st meeting, which is the regular meeting, and then we had a July 25th special meeting. So if you wanna look those minutes over. before we move meeting minutes? Okay, let's tackle these one at a time. The July first meeting, regular meeting minutes. Does anybody have any questions, concerns?
Make a motion to accept July 1st.
Anthony Urbano makes a motion to accept the July first meeting minutes. Do I have a second? Seconded by Terry Gleason. Roll call vote. Mansell.
Yeah.
Eddie. Anthony. Bob.
Yes.
Cindy.
Yes.
Terry.
Yes.
And I vote yes. Motion carries 7-0. Okay, now we're on to the July 27th special meeting. Actually, 25th.
Make a motion to accept July 25th meeting, actually.
Mansell Odell made a motion to accept the July 25th special meeting minutes. Do I have a second? Terry Gleason seconded. Roll call vote. Mansell.
Yes.
Eddie.
Yeah.
Anthony.
Yes.
Bob.
No.
Cindy.
Yes.
Terry.
Yes.
And I'll vote yes. Motion carries 6-1 with Bob Penzone abstaining or voting no. Okay, the bills are out there floating around. Let me know when you have a chance to look at them.
Jen, is there a treasurer's report?
Yeah.
We got quite a few more reports on that one.
I just confirm, I understand it's almost 50,000. Yeah. But I mean, they're all listed here. This is in general.
Like, look into different accounts. Some of it's water, some of it's sewer.
Is that for the part?
That's that part, yeah.
Sure.
$34 and 8 cents each. Average sales be $102.
Repair and
Yeah.
maintenance.
Yeah.
So what counts that?
All of it's coming out of the general fund. There's no money in water and sewer. So money has to be moved.
And the general from means it's, they still owe the general fund.
Exactly.
So. So now the employees get paid out of the general fund, or they get paid out of?
But it can come out of water and sewer for your water and sewer. The percentage comes out of each.
Right.
But we don't have money in those accounts. Because we're not bringing enough in, that's what we pay out of the general fund.
Alright, cause that's why I was questioning why we were getting.
We've always done that because the water bills aren't enough to sustain the repairs and stuff.
some big spending, I mean, but there's no, we don't have a report back to the budget. So, do we have those numbers kinda understood, or there's no report showing back to the budget? Are we still working on that, profit and loss?
Yes, yes. Yes, Penny is still working on getting everything caught up, but we're still behind.
How many more weeks, months? Do we get? Hard to tell.
Hard to tell.
Hopefully it's weeks, I hope.
Hopefully it's weeks. Hopefully by next meeting.
Somebody wanna make a motion to pay the bills?
I'll make a motion to pay the bills as presented.
Terry made a motion to pay the bills as presented, do I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Anthony Urbano. Roll call vote, Hansel.
Yes.
Eddie.
Yes.
Anthony.
Yes.
Bob.
Yes.
Cindy.
Yes.
Terry.
Yes.
And I'll vote yes, motion carries 7-0. Okay, public comments on agenda items only. Anna,
Can you tell me what the Sheasley's sewer service quote is for?
I didn't hear you, did you
The
say?
Sheasley
Sheasley's
sewer.
service
Service
quote,
quote.
what is that for?
Repairs
Oh,
of
this-
Weaver Street.
Down at the bottom.
That's actually to totally redo the Weaver Street lift station, which is probably not
Which is probably not what?
feasible.
Okay, was it put out for bid?
No. They just
They just give us a quote.
They give us a quote when they pumped it out to see what the issues with it was, and that was.
Do you plan on putting it out for bid?
If we do it. Yeah, if we get it done, we gotta put it out for bid.
Yeah.
Well, I wanna make sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So,
Okay, that's all I got. Thank
Okay.
you.
who else had their hand up? Gordy?
Yeah, I'm paying the bills there. The two bills for insurance, is that included in that 50,000 of your bills, or is that really 90,000? When you made a motion to pay the bills, does that include the
No, that
two
does not
insurance
include it
payments?
because we haven't actually, we haven't voted on the DG pay renewal yet. So, no, we're not. That's annual. We haven't paid it yet, no. That's why it's on the agenda for us to vote on.
So-
Make a
so-
motion to pay it.
You got more bills than what you voted on.
These are proposals for renewal.
Okay,
The renewal.
so you're gonna put that out for bid, your insurance?
Did you ever do that, Gordon?
Yes,
Oh.
that's how we got DGK.
Considering we've had it for us.
One bright point of it is though, Barry, is your workman's comp, the 26 grand, probably around 20 that will be paid by the township.
15.
Township or the borough?
Township.
We pay about 15.
That's been that way since we've had a fire
15
department.
something.
Okay, moving along, do I have any other public comments on agenda items? Leo?
Did, the new generator work all right when we were without electric for 14 hours?
The new generator is waiting on the gas company to get us the proper meter that supplies the right amount, so, the new generator's not.
Not working yet.
No, not until UGI had some questions, Jimmy Joe worked on that, and he's working with, the gas company right now to get that meter in.
And we survived without it for 14 hours. Didn't run out of water.
But you got weeks worth of water in that house.
Okay, move on. Any other? Okay, mayor's report.
Yeah, real quick, update you guys on the administrative order. We're getting ready for the cap to be sent back from EPA to us. How did we go with, Lawrenceville Borough with the PennDOT grant we got on our way?
Jimmy Joe is coming.
We're really struggling to hear back here.
That's great.
We got a PennDOT grant that I'm working with Lawrenceville Design, to help us out. We wanna focus on the water, but we're trying to push towards our cap in the sewer. But we'll take anything we can get out of them, right?
Right. We met with Quay, I think his name was.
What, yep.
And the consensus of that was Jimmy Joe was gonna put together a list. And we'll talk about that the next water and sewer meeting.
Next one, sewer meeting, send back the comments.
That'll be Thursday.
Couple other things real quick on, is Mike keeping any and all receipts for dumping spot? Does that, does Apex know where they're at? Because I'm getting told by Bullish, you don't know where they're at, hasn't seen a one, and that is a big compliance issue. Mike has to have that.
You want the sludge report, is that what you're saying?
Chapter 94 Jimmy did, but anytime they come, they pick that up.
I've been telling them that.
You gotta have it.
Yep.
There's no, well, I put it in, you gotta have
Yeah,
it.
put in the file, I told them, if they don't wanna do it, bring it over here.
Great,
but I
it should be
prefer-
here in the office.
Yeah, the one in the office, the one over there.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what it should be done.
Yeah.
I know they get them, cause I've been over there when they picked up, but where they go to from there, I'm not sure.
I'm off all week, I'm gonna cruise over tomorrow, talk to Mike a little bit.
Mike's not there,
Mike's not there, who's there?
Justin Wilson.
Okay. So we probably both on his Mike be back.
Next week.
This is Monday.
Two, the flow meters, last I knew, we were checking on batteries. Haven't heard anything else since then, that's another stipulation from Apex and EPA, what's the story here?
Yeah, but it's 12.
See that? That's the problem, guys.
Yeah, that's.
The problem, and it ain't me, this is DEP, our lawyers, EPA, it's gotta get done.
Why haven't they been installed?
And I'm at work all day, I can't come and check on it, I'm trying to order this stuff from a distance.
Why haven't they been installed?
Did we get the batteries?
I haven't seen anything about batteries showing up for you back to us.
When we get into these meetings with these guys, it's hard to handle it, and you can stand on the leg when we haven't done the basic stuff, it has to have done.
When
Okay,
were the batteries
that's-
supposed to be ordered?
I don't know, I just said we need, I was told to hook the flow meters up and pass it on to council,
I know about.
to you guys' court, I'm just the guy administrating this.
I don't know about the batteries. I don't have any about the batteries. I know what the numbers are. Probably have to go there, get the serial number, model numbers, and
Yeah,
order them.
they're over there.
Whether we agree they have to
The
install
meeting
it,
is
they
like
have to.
for everybody, I mean, honest to God, we can't
Did the
hear you
phone
guys
meters
over, I don't
have a battery
know,
pack?
is this thing or what the deal
don't
is, but
remember?
we're all, it's not just me.
I'll speak up a little bit.
I haven't seen the phone meters, so I don't know.
They're there.
They're not, I don't get them confused with.
No, I'm talking about the inline ones.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know if they come with batteries or they didn't come with batteries.
the batteries were shot.
I was gonna say they probably
And-
we got it here, but they've been sitting for 4 years.
We got them, but they're no good.
Right. So we'll have to get to
Are
the
they
battery.
corroded? Are they batteries that will corrode sitting in there without being used?
They're 4 years old.
Oh, yeah, but I
could
mean,
ruin-
you leave a
it
battery,
could ruin
you leave a
the
battery in a flashlight, it's gonna corrode.
Well,
They can ruin the car.
Right.
Need order, need order.
we.
So then it could be a wasted piece of equipment that we pay or the council's paid for.
Well, we gotta pay for them now, huh?
Well, they've been paid for.
We got
Did
like.
we install this,
Right.
or do we have somebody else?
Yeah, they were just ripped out before, I don't know who did that.
I don't think they were ever installed.
They were never installed.
You're talking about two different flow meters now.
the ones that go in the sources, in the water system,
No, we're talking sewer.
in the streets.
No,
Yeah.
no. There's 2 flow meters. I'm not 100% sure where they go.
Wastewater and that.
They're
There's
like.
two boxes out there.
There's a box,
There's two.
yeah, two. And each one of them has a flow meter in
Yeah.
it. The batteries are no good, they probably set out and been froze and whatever. So we have to get batteries first, but why they were taken out in the first place, I have no answer for that.
Can we ask Chris to repeat what he said about EPA since we couldn't hear that, please?
Yeah, sorry, and that's what
No,
basically.
that's okay.
We're just dealing with, some things that our operator Apex, our lawyers, which is Babs Callen and EPA and DEP's lawyers, there's some stipulations that say, council, while we're getting this corrective action plan, you hear the word CAT come your way. In the meantime, can you get me the flow meters? Can you make sure Mike's keeping all the sewer records and Jimmy Joe with the chapter 94? And I wanna have this stuff in my hands.
Right.
This has been going on about 2.5 months now. We don't have that yet, and that's why I'm pushing council now. We gotta come up with a plan.
Right.
Quit monkeying around, let's go. Because I go into these meetings and I'm getting surprised
Right.
that this stuff isn't done. I'm not gonna point fingers, but listen, we gotta come together on this, because when that cap hits,
Absolutely.
that $50,000 budget ain't nothing. From what the small things they want us to do, and it's gonna be over a time that we have to do it. Because obviously, like Penvest and the grants that we just got, I ain't got a dollar figure on that yet, but it's gonna help us. So we have to make these guys,
So are you saying things aren't being recorded and stuff like that?
well,
That's why you're
they
not
weren't
getting it?
according to our operator, which is Apex. So I'm working with these guys and Mike, our workers, to make sure we hang on to it, because they wanna have that. Jimmy Joe has the chapter 94, which basically
Right.
it's a readout of all the sludge and stuff, so that part's done, but they want the handwritten receipts there. Nicole wants to grab them, she wants to put them in her hands, whatever she wants to do it, but I have to do it, we have to do it. There's no, whether we like it or not, we gotta do
I
it.
go in the morning and check the batteries.
In addition to this, real quick, this Tom Reindus fellow just showed up, and he's like a thorn in my side here. He wants a corrective action plan, so I got 2 legs of EPA, DEP's lawyer, and a DEP employee that he's demanding a corrective action plan, like out of the blue with me and Jimmy Joe. And I explained to this fellow, if you guys hear any, see emails and hear anything, I directed him to our lawyers. Because the fact is, we're already in the middle of work of that. He wants something now, and he didn't like my answer. We don't have it now. I can't produce something to you where we've been a year and a half in the making of this. So I don't know who this fellow is. He just showed up on the scene a week and a half ago, and I answered my emails like what he wants right now. I said, there's nothing's gonna be fixed for a couple of years until we get a lot of money. And I don't think you like that answer either. We're still hydraulically overloaded. We still have problems. This is a slow process. The borough has to understand, a lot of people want to build in town, they want to come up on 49, they want to put houses in. We got a list of people that want to be able to put their sewer to our borough. It's not going to happen tomorrow, guys. Okay? Sorry to say, we're overloaded, and a lot of money has to get us back in the right step. Are we in good graces at DEP and EPA right now? Absolutely. Well, this Tom Rhinesfeld, I don't know this guy, but with Jeff Ayers, the big lawyer for DEP, he's very happy with us. We're moving forward with the things, we're working with them. But we can't stub our toe on little things. When this corrective action plan hits us and we approve it, we have 60 days to sit here and ponder what we're gonna do and what we gotta accept, and put timelines to it. I have it all laid out. I have it all laid out for you guys. So once this hits, you guys are the guys, the council members of Lawrenceville, you guys gotta come up with a decision which you want. I'll sit back and facilitate all you want. But we cannot ignore, I've been sending emails, I'm trying to get you guys involved, understand, I need your help. I work 50, 60 hours a week to coach all these sports. I can't be down to the sewer plant. I need council members to do this. Please. That's all I got. Oh no, one more thing, sorry. The store down here, I stopped down a penny a day. So they're redoing the inside of it, and stuff. I mean, there's no zoning permit needed for that. I called Jimmy Joe, you know, he's our engineer, so I'll let Herb know tomorrow that there's no zoning application for doing work inside wiring, so, a little misunderstanding, he just wants us to confirm that we know.
Yeah.
So I'll send that email tomorrow, okay? That's all I got.
Where's that at, Chris?
New store.
It's the old Family Dollar and
Sorry,
Oh, okay.
Preston's.
not the new store, sorry, yes, Preston's, yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Police Department.
I think we have a report in here.
No, I called and told me they're gonna be late. I was-
Right here. Fire department. Here it is.
And it was 30 hours.
Total number of calls is 20.
You got it?
Yeah.
Okay, so the police department, call log, traffic stops, assist fire, trespass, threats, investigation, follow-ups, and scam, number of calls 20. Traffic stops, patrol for 2.5 hours, patrol, trespass Mechanic Street. Fireworks on Ryan Circle, 3 hours, patrol for 2, patrol and fire, follow up on Mill Street, 2 hours. Follow up on Mill Street, a half an hour, patrol, traffic stop Main Street, 4 hours, patrol, trespass Main Street, reported. Patrol 2 hours, patrol an hour and a quarter, an hour, 2 hour and a half, and another hour, and then patrol, scam, Main Street, phone calls, follow-ups, 1 hour. Here you go, Ed. You get to the fire department when you're on that one.
Yeah, I missed a couple.
Okay, so fire department, nobody here, I'll read off what they sent. 4 motor vehicle accidents, 2 structure fires, 1 automatic fire alarm, 1 traffic control, 1 lift assist, a smoke investigation, a land rescue, water and search recovery, multiple trees and wire were down during the big storm, total calls 12. Total calls to date 92. Okay, library.
I say for the borough, 92.
What is that?
Today, I was saying, that was over a
Today.
month, I think we're getting pulled there.
No, 12.
Okay, I saw total calls out for the 2024 date. I heard you say that. June 12th, okay.
So, library.
Right here. July 5th and 6th, the library gave books away at the Lawrenceville Borough sale. We currently have 3 seniors doing their senior projects at the library, and so they're the ones who man the table. This year the table had a library-specific banner, thanks to Anthony Urbano, who made it and donated, so I thank you very much again. The rest of the month was fairly quiet. The girls are coming, working mostly Saturdays, and we're processing books, and shelves have been reorganized, and books were borrowed and returned. And this past August 1st, that's so much fun. They had a really nice project. The kids made pirate hats with eye patches. We're gonna do that again, maybe at the end of September. I had contact with Travis Dunham, the gentleman who got the roof contract, and as he originally said, he estimates that he'll be able to start the roof in the middle of August, and once he finishes his big job that he's on. That's it.
Okay, thank you. Ambulance. Everybody here. Water and sewer, just normal water sewer thing. I think the bills are gonna go out here Wednesday. We don't have any major projects going on with water and sewer right now that I'm aware of. So that's pretty much it. So that gets us to old business. The generator installation status, I've already touched on this. We're waiting on the gas company. They needed to know, with the 2 heaters that we have in there, plus the generator, what flows they had. Jimmy Joe was over the other night, and he believes he has everything he does, or he needs for that, and he's working with them to get that pushed forward. Once the gas is hooked up to it, that'll be all set up and ready to go. Advertise for dike mowing.
Real quick, Barry, that generator solves a corrective action for DEP uninterrupted service, which is a really good feather in our cap, okay, guys? So it's a big deal that we get this generator going.
Yeah, it should be soon now.
Yeah, it shouldn't take long now.
It's a big deal. It's talked about in meetings, I mean, so they are happy about that.
Okay, so, where are we at with dike mowing?
Still never got a scope of work to actually put out there. So until I get a scope of work, I don't actually know what the ad should be.
What do you mean by scope of work? I mean,
I suggest the dike committee actually come up with a scope of work for this project, so we can actually come up with a ad for the paper.
what are you trying to, what scope of work? I mean, they're gonna go down this way on the dike with a little sickle bar and cut it this way, and then they're gonna come back up this dike this way and cut it this way.
That's pretty much a scope of work, is what you're telling the operator what they're gonna do.
So you just want to knock down the weeds?
Yeah,
I think it's
they've
up to
only
Army
been up for
Corps,
like
right?
4 or 5 years. I mean, we have a guy that he knows that would come in here and do it.
Michael, it's,
I don't know if you'll right now.
He may not
I have no
anymore.
idea.
You know,
That was, word it out.
yeah, he did ours.
He offered.
Yeah, he's actually in, site over the office.
Yeah, so somebody did offer, but we just need to tell them what we want done. Okay, prior year audits, what's the status on them?
Okay, J.H. Williams has been bought out by another firm and they are not interested in taking us on. Guthrie, they said that they are not taking on any more municipalities. And as we know, Rogers said that they weren't gonna take on any more either. So, we're at the drawing board of trying to find auditors, CPAs to do the audits.
Advertisement.
I guess you could advertise for it.
and what about the CPA that was trying to correct everything that was down in Wellsboro? The guy that came in here when Penny left and everybody was trying to get into the computers. And
He is. There is. Who? Oh, McKay?
Yeah.
I don't know if he would do it or not, but we can reach out.
Reach out to them. Okay, Apex invoices, is anybody, did you talk to Apex about these invoices?
Yeah, they're supposed to give us a invoice, itemized statements. I haven't seen if anything new came through.
no, all those are just like
Okay, so we need
John
to,
2
check on
hours.
that.
we need to
52
follow up on
hours,
that.
Yeah, so that's crucial that we figure that out, because they quoted both jobs at $5 grand each, 10 grand. We shouldn't be using anything outside the ordinary of our operators, Nicole, and whoever she hires for help. These new guys, I mean, they can't go over $5 grand, right? That's what they quoted.
Yeah,
So, brought it up in my meeting.
okay. Payment options for delinquent water sewer bills, we talked about this at the last meeting, and we kinda come down to a consensus that we were gonna give them 90 days to make their bills whole. And the end date for that is
The
October.
letters have gone,
Letters have gone out, and they have till October 18th to get their bills up to date. Okay, CEBG paperwork.
Okay, I sent all the information that I had to Jimmy Joe to get me, the flows and stuff for the water plan, so.
Okay, so we're waiting on Jimmy
Waiting
Joe.
on that, yep. I just sent it yesterday. Let's try and get the water filter system in here.
Okay, traffic control maintenance.
This one, they sent us a bunch of information.
There is a resolution
Right.
in here.
That we have to set up and have.
Here's what it is.
Yeah, that's one.
we have to create it.
No, Penny already
Sorry,
did
I
it.
did.
Oh, she did it already?
Pretty sure it was in here.
Okay, here it is.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so we've got a resolution here that reads, be it resolved by authority, the Borough Council of the Borough of Lawrenceville, Cuyahoga County is hereby resolving by authority of the same that the Borough Council President of the Borough of Lawrenceville be authorized and directed to submit the attached traffic signal maintenance agreement and submit future application for traffic signal approval either in writing or via electronic signature in the Department of Transportation to sign the agreement on behalf of the Borough of Lawrenceville. So basically what that says is, it gives me the authority to
Get it maintained.
get it maintained.
We need to make a
I'll make a
motion
motion.
to.
Somebody wanna make a motion to accept this resolution?
I make a motion to accept the resolution for the traffic control maintenance.
So that's resolution number 2-2024. Anthony made a motion to go with this resolution.
Yep.
Do I have a second? Seconded by Mansell. Roll call vote, Mansell,
Yes.
Eddie,
Yes.
Anthony,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.
Cindy,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
and I'll vote yes. Motion carries 7-0.
So you gotta let them know now, Terry, that we accepted this?
Yep.
Okay, so water tank maintenance status, all the holes have been repaired, there's nothing leaking up on the tank now. It took a little bit of time to get the right plugs and get that set up, but they've already taken care of that. The next item was purchase a new time clock for the water sewer plant. That's done and it's over there operating. Which gets us to new business. We got a letter from Al Losi, says Lawrenceville Borough Council, please consider this letter of resignation from my position as vacancy chair. My son has been hired to work for our town, so I don't think I should hold any office of the council. I wish to continue for good luck and Godspeed for the council. Also, I would be happy to help the council in any unofficial capacity if you need me. Sincerely, Al Losi. So Al is resigning as the vacancy board chairman.
Accepted nomination.
I'll second.
Mansell made a motion to accept Al's resignation, seconded by Eddie. Roll call vote. Mansell,
Yes.
Eddie,
Yes.
Anthony,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.
Cindy,
Yes.
Gary,
Yes.
and I'll vote yes. Motion carries 7-0. With that vacancy, we need to appoint a vacancy board chairman. Anybody wanna nominate somebody?
I nominate Anna Hotelling to fill the vacancy, board chairman position.
I'll second.
Second, Terry nominated Anna Hotelling, seconded by Eddie Wetzel. Any other nominations? Going once, twice, okay. I guess we have to make a motion to accept that.
No, we appointed her. Well, we probably have to make her.
Roll call vote to accept Anna Hotelling as the vacancy board chairman. Mansell,
Yes.
Eddie,
Yes.
Anthony,
Yes.
variances to vacant resident billing. Somebody wanna talk to that?
Anybody that has a water meter gets a water bill. I mean, per the ordinance. So,
Just follow the ordinance.
exactly, per the ordinance.
And what he's saying is not quite what the ordinance says. If you don't pay a deposit.
I got it,
So per the ordinance, we will be billing.
okay. We don't need to take a vote on that, it's already in the ordinance.
Right.
Okay. Hire part-time as needed water sewer maintenance, weekend general labor. The personnel committee, met the other night. Anthony, you wanna speak to that?
Yeah, we, came up, I don't have the, you have it on you, but the resident, nope, I don't bring it.
Just say who it is.
But it's for, Michael Gleason. And we're gonna set it for $15 an hour.
His responsibilities would be like weekend testing at the water sewer plant.
Maintenance, weekend general labor, anything that needs to be done.
Anything that needs to be done, like cutting grass or anything like that, at the direction of the borough.
That's your suggestion.
Our suggestion is,
Right. That's the committee.
Committee suggested that.
committee recommends Michael Gleason to be this part-time person. Do I have a? Hire Michael Gleason. Mansell made a motion to hire Michael Gleason as the part-time as needed water sewer maintenance weekend general labor.
I'll second it.
Seconded by Cindy Burrows. Roll call vote. Mansell.
Yes.
Yes.
Eddie. Anthony.
Yes.
Bob.
Yes.
Cindy. Terry.
Abstain.
Terry's abstaining. And I'll vote yes as well, so motion carried 6-0 with one abstaining. Past customer balance due.
Exactly sure what is that.
I think that's what you went over already.
Oh, we went over that already. It's in there twice.
Okay, so that was for the water sewer,
Yeah.
okay, that's a repeat. Fire department payment option. Pay balance due anytime during the year.
That one was for their contract. It only says, you have one time within the year to pay their entire contract. And it's January, one time in the month. They would have to come up with a new contract that actually says that anytime within the year. Right now it just says January, every January. So once January passed, you can't pay it off or do anything
You have
else.
to pay them
Do that
monthly.
in-
I think we talked about this in the last meeting,
Yeah.
and without having the actual figures, we didn't want it. Okay,
But that may come up in the future.
okay, you guys all have a proposal, proposal in front of you. It's from Southern Corrosion. They deal with water tanks. So basically, what Southern Corrosion does is they specialize in water tanks. And they come forward with, they do a maintenance plan they basically take the maintenance of the water tank off our hands. However, before they make us a proposal on their maintenance plan, they offered to do this for us. It's basically, the 500,000 gallon ground storage water tank interior washout. There's, wash out the interior, and while they're in there, they'll inspect the inside of the tank. This is different than that. This is just them coming up
One time.
one time, giving it an inspection.
Same company though, right?
Yes, same company. Once,
So we're looking to clean and inspect it.
clean the tank and inspect
We
it.
just had that done, didn't we? Inspected? And we
It was
passed.
inspected with an ROB, which,
And it passed. And
Go
yeah,
on.
didn't have any, hardly any sediment in it.
You remember what that got?
Clean, it was clean, and the inside was inspected.
Was that like in November?
Do you remember how, yeah.
Was
It
that,
was just, yeah, it was just,
that company from around Boston or someplace?
It was Atlantic,
remember.
Clear Underwater.
It,
Yeah.
it was exceptionally clean inside and out.
Yeah.
Well, I can't say outside, you can see
Inside.
that, the inside.
the problem that we're seeing is there's a band, it's the second band up. That's where all the holes are, they're all right in a straight line, and
12 foot up.
yep. And, it may behoove us to have somebody go in there and look and see what's on the inside.
Well, you still have the videos of all that, but another thing you want to take into consideration is the way you're repairing it now is very reasonable. And if that creates a leak like once every 2 years or 3 years, a pinhole, it's easier to repair it than it is to buy into a maintenance plan of $6-8 grand a year.
We
But
had,
DEP is actually gonna be asking to have the insides actually repaired as well, where those pinholes are.
They're not
They are.
really onto us yet,
Yeah, they're not onto us yet.
but that's what they
That's
prefer,
what-
but I thought it was approved by the council and the company went in and said, look good, DEP accepted it.
this is just a proposal for.
I understand that, but I'm just, what went on a year ago, when, our, operator, she was hounding us that this needs to be cleaned and all this other stuff. So we went through the motions, did what she asked, and that cured the problem, but, the rust, I don't know what's, rust won't rust unless it gets air, it only gets air from the outside. You don't get air from the inside.
Unless there's impurities in
So-
that band of metal or something, I don't know.
So if you, but I know exactly what you're saying, it's in a 12-foot line around there. If you got some kind of sealer, give it a coat, that section around, all the way around the tank would probably help it.
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt for now. But we already got DEP's blessing, I mean, down the road maybe if we got money, but.
So anyways, this is just a proposal for them to come and clean the tank out, they'll power wash the tank unless they get in there and say, we don't dare power wash the tank because it's in such bad shape. It's just a proposal.
Is that gonna have to bring in a separate couple of tractor trailers
Yeah.
to supply our water in the
One.
meantime, and
One.
that's a pretty expensive.
They said they do that free.
They said they would bring those in.
So,
for free.
so they're gonna do all this for $4,331,
Well,
or
they're
or is
hoping
this
you-
is just a proposal to go in there and look at it?
This is just a proposal to go in there and
Yeah.
look
Just to get you hooked on.
and clean it, if they can.
And disinfect
Efficient.
it. And remove all the debris.
I mean, it's a good deal, but I don't,
So
The
they're,
thing is if we come in, go in there and do that.
here's what
we
they're
have more
offering to do for
issues.
this $4,300.
We don't have the money. to
Wash out
repair.
the tank interior and remove accumulated settlement, clean interior floor surfaces and shell wall surfaces that can be reached. The water tank will be disinfected with, there's a AWWA C652-92 disinfection method 2, spray method, obtaining, that's ours. All debris will be removed from the tank and piled next to the manway. Disposal of the debris would be on us, and provide an inspection report of the tank interior and exterior accompanied by photographs. The report will detail all findings and will include an estimate of percentage of breakdown, evaluation of tank, address sanitary issues, address, security issues, and provide tank thickness measurements.
That's exactly the same as what we paid for the last go around. And then also, it doesn't say anything there about how they're gonna do this with a camera, or they're gonna drain it. Water system,
Did you meet with them?
no, but we met with that company a year ago.
Yep. Not this company.
But what I'm saying is, this does not include,
Yeah.
Is this
So
really a
that's what-
necessity?
It was
right
that's
now?
pretty solid.
They would
So we
set
have
up
to
a holding
drain.
tank, we'd pump into the holding tank. That's
They
a proposal.
They will supply a holding tank.
That's not in the estimate though.
No, but we'll get it right, they said they would do it, so. But
Yeah, but is it a necessity right at the moment?
my worry is, if they drain it down, and they get in there and it's that bad,
No.
they're gonna tell us not to fill it back up till we fix it.
They're
That's
just
what I worry
assessing.
about.
They're just assessing.
I
I,
mean, when we watched the videos, it was exceptionally that, you know, they didn't bring out a bucket full of crap on the floor. And, we had to dispose of that, and I know that was gonna be a problem, but it was nothing to dispose of.
it used to be waste, but there's no lead baser anymore, so I don't think it's a big deal to get rid of it now.
We don't.
I believe the base of that tank is concrete.
Okay, so I'm hearing that we wanna table this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. DGK, insurance renewal and workers' comp renewal, we're gonna have to get bids. So we're getting bids for that. Okay, so that gets us to, Robert Pecor resigned, I think it was around June 4th. We brought it up at that time, but we never voted to accept his resignation, so does somebody wanna make a motion to accept Robert Pecor's?
I'll make a motion to accept this resignation.
Mansell made a motion to accept Robert Pecor's resignation, seconded by Anthony Urbano. Mansell,
Yes.
Eddie,
Yes.
Anthony,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.
Cindy,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
and I'll vote yes, motion carries 7-0. Also, about that same time frame, Wayne Smith, who was a weekend guy and kinda helped around town whenever we needed him. He resigned as well, and we didn't accept his resignation. Does somebody wanna make a motion to accept that?
I'll make a motion to accept resignation.
Mansell makes a motion to accept Wayne Smith's resignation, seconded by Anthony Urbano. Roll call vote, Mansell,
Yes.
Eddie,
Yes.
Anthony,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.
Cindy,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
I'll vote yes, motion carries 7-0. It's a big one. That's all right there.
And while we're waiting for paperwork, have you noticed this young lady sitting here?
Yeah, and
This is our,
that's my fault. This is our new secretary, water and sewer secretary, and she'll be here when the office is open. Jennifer Rumsey, I apologize, Jennifer.
You're good.
So,
Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9
5 to 5.
to 5. So So that'll be the new office hours for the borough office.
I'm sure it's not in that.
I didn't wanna use them.
Is this it?
I had one of these. I didn't see it either, so it's gonna be of course.
So, we got a resolution here for the Tioga County 2024 Response Operations Plan. This plan supersedes all previous plans by the governing body of the Lawrenceville Borough. The Tioga County Response Operations Plan is hereby adopted by the official thing, and if somebody wants to look at
I didn't call him.
it is number 1-24. And there's a copy of the operations response plan here. Somebody wanna make a motion to accept this resolution?
I'll make that motion to accept the resolution 124.
Okay, Mansell made a motion to accept the resolution 1-24. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Eddie Wetzel. Roll call vote. Mansell,
Yes.
Eddie,
Yes.
Anthony,
Yes.
Bob,
No.
Cindy, yes, Terry,
Yes.
I'll vote yes, motion carries 6-1.
This is the next thing.
Okay, so we're at Hanover Engineering letter.
That's for pipeline they wanna put in from Larson Design up to wherever it is up on top. No, this is Hanover Engineering.
Yeah, but it's DKLM up there, it's one of the drilling.
JKLM.
When Washington had bought that.
That's where they want to live.
So
basically,
Basically, it's
what happened to that agreement? It expired. We never renewed it. So they're pumping millions of gallons out.
Mansell.
Yeah.
Pay attention.
So they wanna run a pipeline from the old Larson Design, which is the place down there by
Where they take the water out of the river.
where they take the water out of the river
Underground, right?
up to their fracking thing. What do they want us to do?
I think they got one on top of it, they wanna put a permanent one underground, with my understanding.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
this is,
there are plans that shows who owns the property, the whole works.
this is notification of plan,
If they're
land.
crossing people's properties, are they gonna?
They're gonna have to go.
That's their problem.
That's their problem, not ours.
Well, we used to have a contract with them for so many cents a gallon, and apparently it's expired, or did expire.
Yeah, one reason there was is that we were lowballed about 1/100th of what Peanut Post other communities were getting per 100 gallons, 1,000 gallons or whatever. We were getting like a half a cent, 100, and they were getting, I think it was, in the newspaper said $43 100.
No, it's
Or-
just
or
letting
1,000.
us know.
So it's-
If you don't renew it, then we can't renew it.
No, like I said,
Yeah, but since then, I think they've sold it, Larson has sold it to some Canadian company,
So
but they held on the land or whatever. I mean, there's a,
Jimmy Joe reviewed it.
Yeah, no, he is not.
We'll
That
have
actually
to
should
get-
go to Jimmy Joe to
We'll
look
have
at
to
it.
get that to Jimmy Joe.
Make a motion, do that. That way.
That one, yeah.
Bob made a
I just came
motion.
in Friday.
Bob made a
Friday.
motion
I
to-
think it's in his phone.
Bob made a motion to get this, this Hanover engineering letter to Jimmy Joe, have him look it over. Do I have a second? Seconded by Terry. Roll call vote. Mansell.
Yes.
Eddie.
Yeah.
Anthony.
Yes.
Bob.
Yes.
Cindy.
Yes.
Terry.
Yes.
I'll vote yes. Motion carries 7-0.
Did you wanna look at this time?
Okay, which gets us to JKLM Energy Building Permit.
That was the shed. That needs to sign out on. That needs to sign up, so you can.
They got
deposit
one,
the check.
they already got one, I think.
This needs to be signed up. I don't know what it's-
We are, no, I think we already did vote on it.
Did they send it out in for the fence they put up?
Good question, how I seen the building.
That's all I seen was the building, I didn't see the fence.
Okay, Claymore Environmental LLC Project 64 Main Street, is that,
That is when they were taking out the canopy and the gas pumps.
okay,
And the tanks,
And the
right?
tanks, and they came to us after the fact, after it was all done. But I don't know, should we, it is here, so, oh, there it is. That's how I just need to sign it.
needs to be signed off.
Can't put them back, so, just take their money and run.
Tioga County Dirt and Gravel Road Steam Crossing and Low Volume Roads Grant.
It's a grant application.
You know, Paul,
We don't qualify, because we don't have dirt roads.
we got a person that goes to the meetings.
Right,
We're not-
and nobody has been one of them.
Okay,
So that's a non-issue,
So,
so.
moving right along.
cares for what.
Uh,
But we should send somebody when it comes up. Want to make a motion or wait? I don't think there's a date there, is there?
Yeah, no, it doesn't say anything about any conference or anything. It's just submitting for the grant, but we don't qualify.
Okay, so that gets us to Tioga County Emergency Services, inactive meeting attendance, I'm assuming.
That is Brad Hackett. He has the laptop, or the tablet, the iPad
So
for emergency services.
we'll have to reach out to Brad Hackett and find out why he's not attending meetings.
Exactly.
If you don't want it, you gotta tell us, and we can put somebody else in there.
Right.
Alright, I'll reach out to him.
Sheasley Sewer Service quote, that's the big quote that come from Sheasley's, to basically totally redo the Weaver Street, lift station.
So then I just need to table it tonight, I mean, so they won't, we can't, you have to table it, and we can't.
Yeah, table it.
Yeah.
We gotta
It's
budget
just a
that
quote.
stuff in, right?
Right.
They quoted those repairs last summer. You have them
Yeah.
on file, those quotes.
How much was it?
It wasn't all that bad, it was to replace the rails and then
Parts of it.
whatever was needed. To be truthful with you, that lift station doesn't need to be there, cause that fills up and then it runs out. I mean, it,
Well, it becomes a sewer at that time, so you gotta get a pump eventually.
Becomes a septic
Every so
tank.
often.
well, settlement fills up in the bottom,
Yeah,
it'll take
but
years to do that.
Like any septic, it'll get filled up and you gotta.
But the bottom line is they quoted 3 repairs.
Yeah, and two of them are done.
Okay, so you have an estimate on that.
But what they did was, they pumped that out up there and then they sent us a quote for like $80,000.
To redo the whole thing. Inside.
Well, I don't know what
But
needs
that
to be done
wasn't-
besides the
that
rails.
wasn't installed.
The rails replaced.
Where else should be done?
Repair,
That's our whole budget.
Lieutenant.
But that, I mean,
It's nothing we can consider.
No problem.
Tier 2 report for 2023.
That was given to Jimmy Joe today.
Okay.
excuse me a second, I might be mistaken on that. What was that other company, Bob? Was that Sheasley, the guy came here and looked those 3 projects over?
Yeah, she's.
That was Sheasley? Cause,
They were up, they pumped that out, and then the next thing I know, we got this quote for $80-some thousand.
because it seems like the owner, and then he turned it over to some new secretary, and she was working on the project there, and we finally got the quotes, and the quotes were kinda upside down, they were fairly reasonable, but, installing that was the company, because they also installed the, dechlorination, excuse me.
Okay.
But you have that quote.
Yeah, well, that work's done.
Yeah, it's no good now, though.
No, I mean, the one for
Yeah.
Winter Street, you have that.
Yeah, we had 3 quotes from Sheasley's.
And they're all different.
3 different locations.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, but that one up there is 3 different prices.
yeah, they, after they pumped it
Weaver
out, they
Street.
give us another quote, it's kinda like.
Tell
what
them you want the first estimate, repair done. What was on that estimate? That's fairly
Alright,
reasonable.
so that gets us to hydrant flushing, we need to get that done.
So this will be done, we'll be sending out on the next bills, you'll be seeing a hydrant flushing comment on the next bills. And, you'll have a date on it, so it'll probably be this month, so the next bills,
Yeah,
whenever the
month.
next bills are coming out, that's when this, you'll see it.
And reason being is we had manpower issues and we just couldn't get to it. 20 Kauneski Street ordinance
We need to
violation.
actually come up with a date for the hydrant flushing.
Oh, okay. Somebody wanna come up with a date?
Better wait till you talk to the operators.
When Scott said anything, he said whenever, he can help.
Justin will do it whenever. And Mike?
Whatever.
So it's nice, that's it.
Don't open them, I need the county, when the next bills are going out.
They're going out on Wednesday, so they can actually be put on this month.
They've already been printed,
So.
Oh, they have?
yeah,
With that on there?
no.
Okay, so it's gonna be next month.
Okay.
So we're gonna wait till
Next month.
September.
20 Kauneski Street ordinance violation. Is that,
That's
Cushing
the dump,
Village?
yes.
Um,
It does have a lot of garbage in the yard, I was by there today.
So we need to find out who's got that.
We've already tried, and you can't get ahold of anybody. So we need to, yes, Lucy tried getting a hold of the people on the door, and.
I did get hold of one.
Huh?
I did get hold of one.
But they don't do
And what they
anything.
said was that, the owner of the house
Is in
told
jail.
them they cannot trespass on that property, therefore, cause they have a,
He's in jail.
they have a company that would mow the lawn and take care of it, but he said, no, you can't get on there, cause he owns the place.
But yet it's in foreclosure.
Okay, you can come down.
Maybe I'll call it down.
Yeah, just come down. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, we have a right because it's an ordinance.
Do you have that number,
I
Lucy?
think what's the ordinance?
Yeah, I do. Not on me, but yeah.
Yeah.
I think I got the information, I could just keep leaving.
That's all we can do. Alright, that's pretty much
I
takes.
wanna make a motion to add to that, the new business for the agenda. I'd like to make a motion to procedure, how to purchase things and how it works. It's gotta go through the secretary, and when you bring it back, that original receipt attached to it, you may get a copy. I also like to rescind the $500 emergency wastewater sewer department purchasing. I don't believe it's done the way it was meant to be done. I think that was meant, for, if I remember right, which depends on having the authority. If something major broke down at the water sewer plant, he could go purchase that up to $500, but it was not intended to be used for anything else.
So what's your motion?
To rescind the $500, all things
Add
go
it to
through
the
this.
agenda.
You have to amend the agenda first.
Amend the agenda, it has to be amended.
you know, the motion to amend the agenda, then vote on that.
No, you have to say it.
So I make a motion to add, to amend the agenda, purchasing procedure. Must go through the secretary for, then you, when you purchase something, original receipt attached to it. You may also keep a copy for yourself, I recommend it. We send $500 emergency, wastewater department purchasing. That also should go to the secretary. I believe we need to get a handle on our money. So I'd like to make a motion to amend it.
So,
It's already going to the secretary, so it's fine.
What's that?
It's already going to the secretary.
Sorry, my what?
It's already going to the secretary, is that?
Well, no, the deal is, when you keep the $500,
$500 is only for emergency
if something
issues.
breaks down.
It's not to be used for just
Anything else.
purchasing. Anything that has to be purchased through the borough has to be purchased either through the secretary or through council.
It should go
If
through
it's-
council.
Should go through council.
Could go through council. It's not just, I got $500, I can spend it on anything I want.
I mean, this is,
Do you have an example of that?
Yeah, who's doing that?
I mean, that's a procedure the place always been.
There was coal patch purchased for $540.
Great.
How was it purchased? Did it go through council?
It went through Penny, and she said we could do it with liquid fuel.
I mean, I think everything should be, if I'm gonna patch the road next week, or next month, I'll say, hey, council, I wanna let you know that we wanna purchase $2,000 worth of coal patch.
So you're talking creating a policy, that's what you're trying
I'm
to.
just, that's, the person that has the credit card should be the secretary.
So my suggestion to you is, we have to create, the council actually has to create a policy. That sounds like, that's what you sound like you're trying to.
There was a policy, it was only for
Yeah,
emergency
for
purposes
emergencies
only.
Then that policy can be updated or changed, but you're talking policy, but you haven't, what the policy, I haven't seen this.
I made a
Policy-
motion.
Bring the policy to the council, so.
I don't need a, I can
They've
make a motion.
actually need
Here's how
24 hours
purchases
notice,
work.
Mansell,
You go to
for
the
that
secretary.
kind
Why
of
don't we
amendment.
just change the
That
policy?
kind
Yeah,
of
that's what
amendment
I'm
is
saying, just
24
change
hour
policy.
notice to
Okay.
adopt any kind of resolutions or change policy.
So we got a motion, just let it die.
Okay, so Mansell made a motion to amend the agenda, we haven't even talked about that yet.
Well, I'll make a motion to amend the agenda then, first.
Well, Pento is just suggesting that we table it and redo a new policy on the $500
And then have it on the
emergency
agenda
fund.
next month.
Correct.
Yes.
And have the financial
That's what we
committee
should do
review
with
it. Come up with it, have the financial committee come up with a purchasing policy.
I have no problem with that.
Yep.
Who's doing that?
The
Finance.
committee.
Okay,
You still wanted to come up with a date for the, items.
Yes.
Our closest I got is 19th September, if the next bills come out in another 2 weeks.
it's gonna have to happen then, because we don't wanna go any later than that.
Yeah, I don't wanna go any later, cause the temperatures, I don't know, temperatures.
Get into September, we're still good.
Yeah, 19th, anybody go with the 19th?
No, because the bill won't be out yet. That's when they have to have the meters right up. So the bills probably won't be out until the 26th at the earliest, so you're looking at the 28th, 29th, 30th.
So it's either 27th or 30th. The 27th is Friday.
Yep, 30th is a Monday,
So September 30th.
September 30th.
Somebody wanna make a motion?
So make a motion that we add to the billing September 30th. That we'll do our hydrant flush.
Hours, 12 to 4, takes 4 hours to do it.
From
How long
midnight?
does it take midnight to 4 o'clock?
We do like 10 to 2,
10 to 2.
yeah,
Keep
10
this-
PM to 2.
Right, so, make a motion, we got the billing, water billing, 30 September 2024, time 10 to 2, for hydrant flushing.
10 p.m.
10 PM to 2 AM.
Okay, Anthony made a motion to add that to the water bills for
I'll second
September. Seconded by Bob Mansell.
Yes.
Eddie,
Yes.
Anthony,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.
Cindy,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
and I'll vote yes as well.
One other thing, can we talk about, since we have a secretary for water and sewer, that if people want their water turned on, in the ordinance, it says they have to apply 10 days prior in writing, and if they want it shut off, they have to give 10 days notice for shut off in writing to the secretary,
Goes to the secretary only.
and then technically it should be coming for approval for these things.
Right.
Read the ordinance, what the ordinance says.
That's what you're.
That's what the ordinance says.
The ordinance doesn't say it needs to be approved.
No, it
Yeah.
doesn't need to be approved, actually.
Yeah, it's just
Well-
administrative.
It's
Yes.
At that point.
Well, it says approved by the authority, but since there is no one, I guess we're.
It's actually just the secretary.
Okay, public comments.
The due date for the insurance, when is it due? You didn't take action to advertise what you said you would. The DGK renewal, workers' comp,
So we're probably, yeah, it's really soon, it's like.
too soon to get a quote?
We probably
Yeah, we
have a
have to get a
grace
quote.
period. Do we have a grace period? I'm sure we do.
30 days.
30 to 45.
Yeah, but even if you have a grace period, are you gonna have time to get in other
Yeah.
quotes?
Yeah, we're gonna have to get it, so.
We might be behind the 8 ball at this point.
You're
Well, and I
behind.
understand those amounts are higher than the limits set.
Yeah.
It's gonna take you quite a while to put together what you're looking for in this quote. There's a lot of
You
red
almost
tape
have to
that,
send it all to each company that is interested in doing it. So. Donna, ASAP.
Way fast. Usually they come out with their suggested cost 6 weeks before it's due.
Yeah.
And you
no,
don't
they-
have time to do anything.
Yeah, that's pretty much what they do.
And those dollar amounts are over the limit, so I'm not real sure where that,
Well, if it's like a utility and something like that, you can actually pay those.
and the insurance may be the same.
And that's probably the same way because it would be catastrophic.
Well, you can't
if we
go
didn't
without-
have
you
it.
can't go without.
Exactly.
And I wonder what would happen if you paid that and then got quotes and then said, hey, these guys are cheaper, we're leaving you.
We
Then
wouldn't
you
get
get
our
a
money
refund.
back.
You probably wouldn't.
Workers' comp, you wouldn't.
Workers' comp. you
They
wouldn't.
do not.
I don't know about, but I know the fire department wants, before they respond, they wanna make sure they're covered with workers' comp. They're upset.
Yeah. So. So we're.
Public comment? Yeah.
So we're gonna have.
Yeah.
Gonna advertise
I got a few
and-
things, Barry.
Yeah, we-
I was at the, hearing on the 10th,
Mm-hmm.
and, was the borough aware that on the 15th, which was the following Monday, that you had a trial date?
It was canceled.
That was canceled.
No, but it wasn't canceled until the 10th. Was anyone aware of that there was a hearing or a trial on the 15th? Was council aware of that?
Yeah.
Okay. And then was council aware before that Monday, for that date of the 10th on Wednesday? Was you aware of that like back in June?
No.
Okay. So,
Doesn't matter.
I don't know why your attorney won't notify you about those things. And I have a transcript of what was said at that hearing, which took about 8 minutes. your attorney, Mr. Kenyon, made quite a few false comments or statements during that. I don't, you know, you're paying him and basically he wasn't working for the borough.
He's saying that now, but he's not working for you.
Okay. Your
Because-
point's duly noted. Any
Same
other
attorney, Mr.
comments?
Chelsea.
I'm not finished yet. One of the comments he made was that the situation that the borough's in has happened several times. I don't know of any other time that somebody has tried to get something hooked up without an EDU, ever. He made that statement that it's happened a number of times in the borough because of this situation.
So we're not attorneys,
Somebody allowed
Mr.
Sky
Chelsea?
Team to be hooked up.
You'll
Who
look
was
into
there?
Okay,
it.
so,
You'll look into it.
Well, it's
Yeah.
Sounds like
DEP's
you
handle at
should
this
probably
point.
contact
so,
them.
so, and then he made a couple other statements that the borough had prepared a consent order. I don't think the borough has put together a consent order, have they?
The only thing that come out of that hearing was individuals, and any individual who is looking for an EDU can apply to DEP for special circumstances.
Okay, that's not in the, that's nowhere's in the.
Is that really stuff that should be discussed about?
That is
We're
not
not attorneys, we
We're
can't
not-
advise.
That is
you.
not
I mean, we don't have
in
an attorney
the,
here, and he's just putting.
transcript. Okay.
I can see if I can get him down here.
Okay, the
to-
transcript is available to anybody. All you gotta do is go to ask for it. As an open court.
Okay, all right.
It's in
Now-
DEP's hands.
Your point's duly noted.
Okay, now another thing, so what, I mean,
Why are you there?
the next thing is, I called you a week ago today about the sign on the corner, and you said you'd look into that.
And, I looked into that, and that was part of that agreement that went through with those, and that's all I know.
Okay, so did you read the sign ordinance?
No, I didn't.
The sign ordinance says the maximum height is 8 feet. Okay, another thing is, you have to have a zoning permit, they haven't got a zoning permit. Another thing is, the sign has
The
to be,
zoning permit was one that sign was part of that.
there's no zoning permit, period,
Gordy, why does it bother you so much?
okay? And the next thing is,
Okay,
now listen, okay, the next thing is, the sign has gotta be X number of feet from the intersection, it's not, okay?
I'll
If
look
you
at the ordinance.
look at the ordinance, okay,
How many feet is it, Gordon?
from the corner,
Yeah.
what it's supposed to be,
Yeah.
I think 30 feet.
So
From
you're
both
saying-
intersections.
So the ones by the Danny Mart supposed to be
Now, is that from the
30
end of the
feet?
sidewalk on the road, or is that from the inside of the sidewalk?
Well, that's what you gotta read you gotta read
Oh, I just thought you
the
knew.
zoning permit, and it'll tell you.
Okay.
that. Then also,
So you don't wanna offer advice to
Also,
these guys
have
at
they
any
re-
other time during a,
have
except
they,
for a public meeting?
have they got a fence permit, or have they got any sign permits besides what you're saying is in the building permit?
And what fence
No,
are you?
they haven't got a sign.
They got a fence around their trash, collection there.
Yeah, I know, they didn't give one for the sign.
And then also, the parking spots on 49 are within 10 feet of the road, and they can't be within 10 feet of the road.
Gordy, it doesn't
Thank you for your
matter.
comments.
Nobody
Well-
Anybody else got any other comments?
So are you gonna look into this and enforce that, the zoning?
You're saying cars can't park 10 feet from the road?
That's right.
You just don't
So,
want anything
yeah,
good to
parking
happen in
under
this
it.
town.
There should not be a parking space within 10 feet of the road.
Points duly noted. Mrs. Hassel.
Yes. I was here 2 months ago. Still have no resolution to what I asked, or I have no communication with anyone whatsoever. Still getting billed like they think we ought to, and I have heard nothing from no one.
About it being one bill instead of multiple because of multiple hookups.
We have 1 meter, 1 lateral, we pay the bill.
There's 6 dwellings, but there's only 1 meter that the water goes, so she wants to be.
This is
billed.
how we were set up, Mr. Wenzel. This is how we were set up. We came to the council, we applied for our zoning permit, our demolition permit, and at the current time, they came over and they looked, and they said, this is what we can do.
And I think I got corrected, and they pay you charge you per unit, per dwelling.
No, read the ordinance 136.
Well, I have read it.
Okay, then you
No.
go with what it says.
Yeah, I know what it says.
So why have you started charging people again for something that you're supposed to enforce the ordinance?
Gordy, this isn't your time to talk.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not, Cory, you are not.
I
If
think
they don't got paid, I don't wanna pay either. That's my
Cory, do you
point.
pay your water bill?
I should have paid water bill.
So, I will contact,
We did, and we get a letter from him with his.
I didn't get any communication.
Oh.
I
Send her a
requested communication.
Send her a letter.
It's been 2 months. No, verbal communication. They took my phone number, they took an email address. I heard nothing from no one.
yeah, that was Cheryl that took that, and some of that stuff got lost. We will get you.
It was at a meeting. I was at the meeting.
Yeah, I know.
It was here,
I know.
2 months ago.
So I need to get hold of your lawyer.
Just
To everybody, so.
Send it to him. Where is it?
Yep, we'll get your response within.
Yeah.
Yeah. As soon as the lawyer responds to it, I will get your response.
If it comes down to it, I'm going to have to hire a lawyer to get Mansell to quit being personally attacking everyone.
I'm not a personal attack anything.
Yes, you are. You told
No,
Penny
that
to
is not true.
kill us. That is true.
I remember when
because-
this all come about, and you told me, I was always wondering why you guys didn't have to pay for a dwelling, because everybody else in Tioga County does. That's what your words were. And you were fine with it at that meeting.
No, no, I
Over a year
wasn't.
ago.
No.
Yes, you were.
No.
We can
We
get-
were told by the borough council, the borough zoning officer, at that time.
We're doing
We
what
were
the
told
ordinance,
that.
we believe the ordinance says, we contacted the attorney.
You don't know what the ordinance says. I have it right here. You don't know what it says because you think it's bathrooms and kitchens and stoves.
Read it, that's what it says.
It does not. It says nothing about stoves and kitchens in here. Nothing.
It says it says bathrooms.
No,
Say-
it does not.
Read the whole thing.
I just don't know why we decided to change here all of a sudden.
It's
right?
not all of a sudden.
It is all,
It
well,
went
okay,
for a
4
year and a
years
half.
now, right, but 40 years prior, we always build the same way.
And
Now,
you're the one that said this is the procedure.
We're not getting into this.
Exactly, we wanna change our tune now.
No, the
Yes,
story
you
was
do.
follow the ordinance.
And that's what we
And-
did. And you
and it's
agreed to
changed
it,
here.
everybody agreed to it except Mr.
You need to check the
Chilson.
minutes.
Wait a
You need to
second,
check the
Gordy
minutes.
wanted to
I
charge
can
Lucy for
consider.
her apartments.
You're
Yeah.
wrong,
And that was
wrong,
okay.
wrong.
Oh, no wrong about it.
No,
We'll just.
No, no wrong
have a lawyer
about it.
contact.
you weren't there.
Have a lawyer.
Yes, Mr.
So,
Chilson.
did you, on the 10th, do you have a copy of the consent order that was brought up at the court hearing?
Consent order, consent for what?
The one that said that, that your attorney said that the borough had prepared.
He means by the lawyer. The lawyer
Okay,
is
I mean,
preparing.
But they gotta follow the
We
ordinance.
don't
as it
prepare
says.
consent orders. The lawyer
So-
prepares consent orders.
did the borough council's members sign that consent on that day? You sign anything that day in court?
What we signed was that anybody who's looking for an EDU can contact DEP for a special circumstances
Do you have a
EDU.
copy of that?
I can get it from the lawyer.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Just put it in right now.
So the council agreed to that outside of a meeting, because I didn't vote on that.
On the recommendation of the lawyer.
Yeah, so,
Hmm.
that's conducting meeting.
Bob,
not
Bob,
a vote.
Bob.
Yeah, but that's.
Take the list out there, throw it away then. Take the list, throw it away. I'm gonna build a house up here on 49, and I'm gonna go after Tom Ryan and DEP and those guys to get my house done.
I have
That's
Yeah,
the new
that's
precedent.
list out there, people been waiting since 2018, it isn't right. It was backdoor stuff, and I don't care who hears it. It was not right, it was not discussed here. Makes me sick.
This consent you're talking about?
Yeah,
I agree.
You're not gonna get no.
right here, this whole thing right here, makes me sick.
What's that?
Shade. It's the whole freaking court hearing up there.
Who paid that?
Get it up there to Wallsboro.
We didn't sign that.
Says you did. Says you come up with an agreement.
Yes, that's not the agreement.
What's the agreement?
The agreement is, if you wanna put a house in, or build a house, you contact DEP, because we have no authority
Yeah, but-
to get an EDU.
So then what do we use that list out there for?
I have no idea, you gotta go through DEP. You can't, can you just build, can you get one now? Right now, can you go get it?
I have no idea.
Well, you work at EPA every day as a lawyer. Ask the lawyer, say, hey, under this moratorium that we're under, can I hook up another house?
Yeah, but when that moratorium gets lifted, who
When-
gets the first one?
When it gets lifted, until it
Who gets the
lifted.
first one? It's said by the borough.
I don't know.
DEP said to bring it to the borough.
No, DEP says, you bring it to the borough, then you send it to them, that's what they said.
However-
They would say yea or nay. Under the moratorium,
But they're gonna lift it first, right?
Any other public comments?
they're not gonna lift it
It
first.
still has to be talked about here.
I agree.
All they gotta do, if you want an EDU, you tell them what you want, you give it to the DEP, they will say they will grant it or they won't grant it. But nobody signed that agreement, not that I know of, that agreement you just had.
No, that's just the court hearing.
Oh.
That's all that was the court hearing, the transit.
Can I
All that says is, it's
A
up to
show of
DEP.
hands on
Because
who
we don't have
knew
the
anything
authority
about
to
this
hand them
agreement
out.
before court?
I didn't.
Did anyone
So
know about
when they do
this
hand one out, should
consent
be
form
by-
prior to court?
What's that?
When they do hand one out, it should be the guy at the top of the list.
What, you gotta put your name in the hat, I guess, that's the way DEP
So the
goes.
list-
Here's how it goes,
The list out there means nothing, Mansell.
not according to DEP.
It was suggested through DEP.
No, it wasn't.
No.
Yes, it
No,
was.
it wasn't.
No,
Yes,
it
it was.
wasn't.
She brought it up.
No, it wasn't.
So the list's been out there since 2018.
Yes.
That
And it's nothing.
I was on council then, I remember talking about
We
it.
should
DEP even laughed at it and said
never
they've never
did.
even heard of an EDU.
It's like what we
Why-
did
why are
$7
you-
grand to get in dollar store.
Why are you even discussing this when you had the list before the house was built? You had no EDUs before the house was built.
But I'm saying, you.
What- so why did you-
If you
what-
build a house tomorrow, Gordy, you have to go through DEP to get it. We do not have the authority to give you one.
You shouldn't put the
You
house
wouldn't
on.
build a house.
That's my whole
because
point.
of the
You
moratorium.
call DEP, say, hey, I'm gonna build a house.
No, you-
They're gonna say, no, you can't. Then what are you gonna do?
You're under an agreement from DEP, a consent that you cannot issue any EDUs.
Anyone?
You can't issue any
You don't-
EDUs.
You can't.
No, you can't.
Right.
So why are you letting somebody build something when they
I didn't
don't?
build anything.
That was
They
under
don't-
your regime, bub.
Okay, and they did not have a zoning permit, okay?
It
They
was
do, and then the
approved by
building permit,
council.
was that?
It was approved by the press
No, it
council.
wasn't.
No. Show me
It
the
was because
zoning
of the
permit.
lack of the zoning board.
Yes, because of a lack of a zoning board.
Right, you have so many days.
No,
to build
no.
all the math. That's what it says.
It was, the motion, you look in the minutes, the motion was, his zoning permit was incomplete.
No, it wasn't. Zoning permit.
Look at the
was not
minutes.
complete.
Eddie, let it go, it's all being paid by
But we gotta go through DEP, we can't just hand them out. You know that, everybody knows that. I'm not the one that got it.
No, you just say no.
We
have
didn't
no
get-
I
EDUs.
make a motion to adjourn.
There's no new.
I second it.
That's what the moratorium is. It's open-ended.
All in favor?
Right, that's what I'm telling you.
Cindy made a motion to adjourn, Terry seconded it, Mansell,
Yes.
Eddie,
Yes.
Anthony. Bob.
Yep.
Cindy.
Use my umbrella.
Terry,
Yes.
and I'll say yes as well.
Somebody said no.
I wouldn't.
I got a question. We get our water tables back in here, kind of hang out in here. Is that possible? Maybe we could set up V shape or something. I like that. It's narrow.
We'll take care of it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Little one. Got it, thank you.
We got nice chairs.
I get it.
Got it. No head will roll now.
I'm not trying to complain.
I understand.
You should see that the other. Still.
Yes. That's what, I don't know, maybe we could have two tables that just kind of
You gotta pick my number to complain to me.
Yeah. The narrow ones were. Alright.
I just had this
Michael.
one done for my daddy.
Oh, yeah.
So no idea what to code that under.
Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, that's Michael Gleason, he's the one that's gonna be, it was hired.
I'm looking to
Nice
get
to know you, Michael.
I think I got a dozen.
Hi.
I don't have a big one like that.
I may or may
People
not
have
know the
bottom
answer.
of it.
But I could probably do something before I get home. Is there anything you need to talk?
I had this one.
I go to bed. No, I was very frustrated.
There's other shit.
How's that look?
Nice to meet you too. I'll try to be ahead of it next time. I got it late, so I was
You'll
like,
get it. It
what am I
takes
doing?
time. It takes time.
Did everybody get it?
Fridays if you have it.
We had it done Friday, but I didn't know you were supposed to get it, and think I did because it got changed over the weekend, so.
That's okay. I checked my email all weekend. But usually Fridays I put them out because they're supposed to be legally advertised. So that's why I do
They were on
that.
the door Friday,
Yeah.
and then they, like I said, they updated some stuff, so.
I got my email.
And I got here, and I'm like, am I supposed to do something? I seen your post online, I'm like, am I supposed to do something with that?
It did because Terry sent it to me about 3 minutes after I posted that. So completely effective, by the way. Thanks. All right, hold on. I'm trying to get outside real quick here. I want to talk to you guys briefly because it's getting late. It was a pretty long meeting. I don't know how many of y'all stick around this late. I had some questions I actually didn't get to ask, which is normal, but I still don't know if they paid says something now January only. Anthony was trying to iterate a little bit on that, but so or the police department if they cut checks for those. So that was 2 questions I didn't get to. So you guys seen a little spicy happen in there. There was court this month. I did not talk about it when we came to the special meeting because that wasn't what the special meeting was about. From my, thanks Cheryl, from what I know, which is all hearsay because I have not had time to get down to Wellsboro to get to the Prothonotari's office to see what's actually been going on. I will go through this, get you guys some information back. All we can do is go on the facts. I don't want to speculate a whole lot because everything I have is hearsay. I've got facts right here, so I can start with that. I did ask for a show of hands on who had any idea about whatever this consent form is. I'm guessing it's going to be in here. No one raised their hand. So before I even leave the property or end this live feed, just mental note, no one claims to know anything about whatever this consent form is. And I'm guessing it's allowed someone to jump the ladder on the EDU list that has been in place. Chico said, yeah, like 2018. It's been like that since I started filming. It's pretty much been the same. I mean, people have added on to it, but it's no secret that there's a moratorium for water here. Let's see, for information for court. Yeah, so yeah, Jess and I have talked about some of this. There was information that we filmed that the lawyer deemed valuable, but obviously I was out of town. There wasn't anything that I could do about it to get him any hard copies. In the future, anybody, you can't volunteer my content, by the way, so nothing, but what I'm doing isn't actually a 501c. It is kind of a public service and it looks that way, but you guys kind of keep in mind it all comes out of my pocket, right? The expense for the fuel, the phone, my time in coming and do this. So I'm not a 501c, I'm not a not-for-profit, I am a for-profit sole proprietor LLC. Just me, sole proprietor, okay? It costs money. I'm not making any money. So if somebody finds value, and this, you guys hear me say this, if you find value in what I do or something that I filmed, please reach out directly to me. There's lots of ways to figure out how to get in touch with me. Send me a message. The phone number for the phone that I'm staring at right now is even on the Facebook page. Creepy. So now that I told everybody, you can go look for it. But it's not difficult to get in touch with me. So please, if anybody asks, at least refer them back to me because this is my content. Okay, so I do own it. It is potentially for sale. So I did do that all with Facebook. Heck, back in the day when we got started. So I've asked a lot of questions about this particular solicitor. Oh goodness, this is what, I don't tighten that every time. And you know, guys, I know I'm gonna do it. So, made me lose my train of thought just this every time. About the solicitor and who the solicitor actually works for and who he's employed by. We used to, didn't tighten it enough. We used to kind of snicker terribly about how we thought that the attorney worked for Gordy. Maybe we weren't totally wrong on that. Maybe he still is or was hired by Gordy in a past life. There we go. Still not sure, but someday maybe we'll get some answers. It's still sprinkling. All right, that's it for me, guys. You know how to comment, like, share, do the things that help get us covered. People are clearly watching. You guys seen Mayor Chris get a little emotional. We don't usually see that from him. Hopefully everything's okay, and I'll get back to you with some facts. Thank a veteran. Check on your neighbor. Like, share, comment. Thank you guys very, very much for sticking around for that. Wasn't as long as other ones we've done, but it was starting to get really hot in there, and Gordy's timing was just poor. So I do have questions, and I would like to know more. But, all right. Good night. Happy August. Summer's almost over. Stay safe.